shut up, you listen to my monkey mouth. There's a companion when you got pun on the Kanoa route. Hopped in a portal and got in a fight, Elias knocked him out. Bow, Naruto fighting style. Bow, UFC he tapped out. Bow, we win, we get crowned. Monkey mouth, monkey mouth, monkey mouth, monkey mouth.
All right, welcome to SUYL. I almost said welcome to Monkey Mouth because it's been a lifetime. So,
would be true.
Yeah, welcome to Monkey Mouth. Welcome to SUYL. Welcome to Taylor. Welcome to the no, I'm just kidding. But let's get you introduced, man.
Hello, I am Nick Thomas. I just did another podcast and it was fucking great. This one's also going to be good. So find me on eBay and Snapchat. No, okay.
Find me on my Cash App.
Find me on my Cash App. Send me money.
So yeah, we had you cut. Well, we didn't have you come in here. Like I said, we can't make anybody do anything. But you
broke in.
Cell phone towers were down, so you were just scratching the door like a cat.
No way to contact Ozzy. It'd be like, hey, wait, am I in the right place? I parked on the wrong side of the building. I thought I was gonna get kidnapped.
That's all right. I forgot who I was talking to. It's literally like Josh brings them in and I do it, and it just seems kind of like a big spider web. You know, it's like you're out of the middle of nowhere. You know, it's the menu, I guess.
Exactly. Oh, dude.
So where can they find you?
You can check out all my social medias. Nick Thomas Comic. That's Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, Facebook. I'm just Nick Thomas. I don't really use Facebook. Fuck Facebook. it's just so bland.
That tumbleweed that's going through Facebook.
Oh,
it's only like 35 and up on there, man. It's pretty rad now.
My parents.
It's literally only
shit.
It's only old people now. It's pretty cool. Like.
There's not even anything. I feel so bad. There's never anything interesting. On Facebook, I used to follow like all these artists and whatever, and then like they just deleted their accounts. So now it's just like
they're on MySpace. You can all find them back on MySpace.
On MySpace, yeah.
Tom's coming back in a big way, guys. Look out for him.
Is he? Didn't he just sell it?
No, he just sold it.
Yeah,
he sold it to didn't he sell it to like Justin Timberlake or something like that?
I was gonna say I thought Justin Bieber was the one that owned
Justin Bieber, one of the Justins.
One of the famous Justins.
One of the famous Justins.
Yeah, that's
now it's Molasses Book. You can find it in Canada only.
Only
one. It's literally Fart Book from from Letterkenny. It's just a bunch of farts.
It's a fart book.
God, that was the worst episode of Letterkenny ever. I don't know if you watched Letterkenny.
I do. That one was a little strained.
This season of Letterkenny literally sucked so hard. I was so tired of it.
That sucked.
I was disappointed.
I stopped watching after the main character got a girl pregnant, like found out that it's his kid or something like that.
Okay.
And I want to say it was like season 7 or something like that, but I don't remember. But yeah, I stopped watching.
But Shorzy was good. The spinoff, Shorzy was great.
Oh, really? I'm going to give that one a shot.
So you're a cook too, right?
Yes.
And so we were nerding out over the menu.
Yes.
And you were gonna ask me a specific kind of like question.
It's more of a. Okay, it's a question. It's like, can you imagine? Question.
Yeah.
There's not really an answer to it. But so I was watching with my wife, and there's the scene where the sous chef comes up, and he gives him the whole like, he wants my life, he wants my job, he wants my stat.
We ended up saying that's so and so's mess, right?
Yeah, whatever that cook's name's probably Jeff or something.
Yeah.
So Jeff's mess and whatever. That seems crazy. But at that point, he's the first one to die, and then the rest of them all die at the same time.
Yeah, he was the first one to die.
Yeah. So part of me thought it was really funny because I was like, okay, they all know they're gonna die. Because they're all the chefs know they all know they're gonna die, and so who was the guy? Did it have to be him? Is he maybe just that sad because he doesn't get to see the end of it?
I think honestly,
he had to kill himself 3 courses early, dog.
Well, it was the Magnus Opus, right? That was like
the mess.
Yeah, the mess was kind of like, so to me he was essentially
boom, fulfilled.
Exactly, right? Because like when he has the conversation. And he's like, he's always wanted to be me. He can never be me. He always, he essentially lives in my shadow, but was supposed to usurp me, but he couldn't do it because he wasn't able to. He wasn't good enough. Like,
and beneath me.
Yeah, he was beneath me, and he will forever live in my shadow. And so he essentially took on the task of literally letting everyone know that this is it. Like,
okay,
to me, he was kind of like. He was the appetizer, right, to the murder,
the teasing of the death.
Yeah, teasing of the death, right?
Well, That makes sense. I get that a little bit more. But the real can you imagine question is, can you imagine like working a job where all of your coworkers are all super down for that? Yo, they fucked us annoyed. We're annoyed enough. We're gonna kill all of them and ourselves.
Well, I mean, like,
but any to make a statement, not just because we're angry, to make a statement. That's so. I've never seen.
It's literally
a down bad group of people.
What is that? What was that Halley's Comet? Halley's Comet cult from the 90s. You remember that?
She'll be coming around the mountain when she comes.
When they all wore Nike shoes and like black like.
Oh yeah.
It's literally like
fucking Nike trainers.
Heaven's Gate.
Heaven's Gate. That's
Heaven's
the one.
Gate.
Because I was like Haley's Comet.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Hale Bop Comet.
Yeah,
that was the one that they tried to fucking.
There was a spaceship behind there.
Right on. Yeah.
So I just imagine like, you know, you're
so down to kill themselves.
You're in Vegas. You get to go to Hell's Kitchen for the first time.
Boy.
And then Ramsey just locks the door and he's like, "We're all dying tonight."
We're all dying tonight. But then you find out the reason is because he hates you on a personal level.
It's beautiful, right? I mean, it's so great. Like,
but think about it for me. Obviously, those people had connections to the chef. But the funny thing is that, like, if that happened to me, I'd be like,
"What I do?
I've never even been in your restaurants." Dude.
Well, I mean, he literally knew that that one girl didn't belong. He's like, "Hey, you're not on the list." True. Like like he knew every aspect, every.
So if Gordon Ramsay comes up to me and he's like, "I am killing you," and then gave me a deep personal reason, I'd be like, "Shit, I'm sorry, dude. I guess kill me. I don't know."
I'd be like, all right. I definitely wouldn't be like Tyler, just scarfing everything down.
Oh yeah.
I think I'd be too sick.
Yeah.
Like, they're all enjoying it and eating.
Well, they don't know.
They do like a midway through it. I think they're even still trying to eat. Tyler definitely is.
Oh yeah, Tyler was the fucking dumbass. Yeah. He had his own reason, but no, I mean I saw them a little more like just like picking it up with a fork and just like looking at it and like putting it back down, just being like that movie. I'm so glad that movie did what it did because when I saw the trailer, I was like,
I didn't get.
Is he going to be catching and killing them and serving?
I thought that it was a hunt. I thought it really was a hunt. Then when they make him run, it did. It kind of
that was one scene. It was over in 5 minutes.
Yeah, it literally made it.
I mean, it was a good scene. It was cool.
They like the creme and the egg. It was like we have a special dessert for the last one caught.
And they're all polite about it. Oh, there you go. That's for you. That's for you, buddy. Enjoy before you die.
But yeah, so, but I mean, the crazy thing is that that egg was probably like a $65 plate, and now eggs are like $65 plates. So,
aren't imitating. Okay, I was like,
they're like $8 a carton, like $7. For eggs. Yeah, eggs are ridiculous.
Store. Hey,
those aren't chicken eggs.
I don't give a fuck. Lizard eggs. I don't give a shit. It makes a good omelet. I don't care.
It's like have you ever seen them when Florida when the iguanas fall out of the trees?
Oh, I've heard about that.
Well, now they're happen? They get so cold that they just like fall out of trees like fruit. Like they just
wait cold.
Yeah, because what the fuck? It gets so cold that they'll be asleep in the trees, and then the temperature drops so much that they end up falling out of the trees.
So they like pass out.
Yeah. They just go to sleep.
Their blood doesn't. When the colder a cold animal's blood is,
it goes closer to the center. Yeah.
They literally move slower when it's cold.
Okay.
So like whatever, even if they wake up, they don't have the capacity to move in that time.
Okay.
And so they just kind of like.
So their reflexes are gone, and then when they wake up from falling, they can't save themselves, and they're just like
Yeah, they're just like fall on the ground. So there was like this really cool video of like this
dope
iguana, like the temperature's falling, and he just like runs in. It's like a day, like 2 days before Christmas, and the iguana just like books it in this guy's house and is just like living in the tree, just like chilling in his house, and like just after the cold front was done, it just like waltz out the house like thanks guy, like thanks for the shelter.
Sorry, I don't have $5 to give you. Apologize.
It was pretty cool though, like, but yeah, they eat those now. It's wild, man.
The iguanas.
Well,
they walk right in and get in their trees. So it's hard like not to catch it.
You see people eating them. It's really wild. I imagine it's probably like frog legs or something,
Yeah, I think in terms of like lizards and shit, I think I've only ever eaten alligator.
Yeah, that's kind of flaky, right? Flaky, chickeny.
It's like a fishy chicken.
Fishy chicken.
Yeah, because it's got all that, fish flavor.
Yeah,
but it's more like chicken.
Yeah. It breaks down like chicken, but it's like fishy.
Yeah.
But yeah, what's one of your favorite things to cook over there?
it's funny because like we do short order cooking, but we do almost everything from scratch. Got a lot of tacos. We got burgers.
Oh, so you're definitely pleasing the chef with the burgers, huh?
Oh yeah, oh yeah, hell yeah, dude. That's another menu reference, boys. But no, we do Tex-Mex. So really, I like doing. I like making the tacos. Honestly, it's fun.
Like
it's super simple.
I'm always down for some pastor.
We don't have pastor. We did it as a special one time, but it's not on our recurring menu.
Yeah, I'm always down for some good pastor.
It is good when she made it. Our chef that runs that bitch. No, I like making the tacos. I like being on the hot side, like the grill and everything. It's just fun to kind of keep stuff moving.
I went California style today. I had a burrito with French fries, not in it, just on the side.
We sell those. We got California style burritos.
Yeah,
I don't really care. Cheese in there. That's the one thing. I wish there'd be less cheese.
I don't really care. I just I was sick of beans and rice. I literally did beans and rice for like 4 days straight. So I was like,
love beans and rice.
So I was like, I'm gonna put French fries on the side. It was like a dank ass beef burrito, but yeah, man, I love the. There's a couple of good like cooking movies out there. There's another one with like Bradley Cooper. It was pretty good.
Oh, yeah, I remember seeing him in like a chef coat or something.
Yeah, it was a pretty good movie.
The movie, but
yeah, he did kind of like this like, they always have like this like large speech, and it was about Burger King. Like this woman didn't want to eat Burger King, and he's like basically calling her out for like not wanting to eat like the people's food. He's like, listen here. He's like, I know we cook like $80-$90 plates, but like sometimes it's just nice to enjoy a cheeseburger.
Yeah.
Which is funny. I guess it's the same thing as the menu. The burger's just knocked on as like being a poor person's meal. But I mean, in all honesty,
I like the little photo of it. It's just a well-made burger.
Yeah, just a well-made burger.
Because that's all you need sometimes.
Dude, American cheeseburger, you're set. Like that's why. Like I know you don't know this because you're not from like around here. That's why this place called Ed's is done so well. I mean, it literally just does.
Ed's, yeah, I haven't heard of them.
Yeah, they're local place here in Taylor.
Oh, nice.
And that's like why they did so well because they literally just did hamburger, cheeseburger, and then like they called one it was so funny. It was like called a Mexican cheeseburger, and it was just literally just like
it's cheeseburger just with tortillas.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I told my boss the other day, I think a quesadilla is just a Mexican grilled cheese. He's like, no. And I'm like, it is, though.
Yeah, I'm pretty down to believe that, and I'm Mexican. You can tell you got the Beaner approval.
Yeah. There you go. That's like almost as good as an N-word pass. It's like, you got Beaner approval.
my cousin comes up to me, and he's like, hey, he's like 16 now, and he's like, I want to start working. Like, where should I work? And I was like, go to Taco Bell. I was like, because it's literally the same 6 to 7 ingredients, just in like 8 different ways.
They just fold it differently.
Yeah, I was like, you can't mess up there.
And it's they got all the food in like guns. Like just squeeze guns.
And like you ever seen like any of the food from there? I was telling Josh about it. It's called bun water. You know what bun water is, right? Bun water. BUNN water. Bun water. No, it's the water that comes out at like 95 degrees, 100 degrees. It's literally on the coffee. They're like the coffee maker.
Wait, what?
It's like it's got like a red spout and it comes out like really hot. You ever seen it? Yeah. We always called it bun water.
Okay, just, like, that's what I was thinking. I was like, is someone just like soaking bread in water?
No. It's like
bun infused water.
Yeah, I was like, it like comes out at like 100 and something degrees. Like it's like ridiculously hot. And literally all they do is they get like frozen like sacks of like ground beef, and they just dump it in that hot water, and it just like melts down. And
I love there's this comedian Chris Porter that's got a bit where he's talking about that Taco Bell has never once lied about who they are. Like a thing came out that was like, oh, Taco Bell's meat is only like 40% actually meat.
Yeah.
And Taco Bell came out and they were like, nah, fuck you, it's 80. Like they weren't even like, no, it's real meat. They're like, nah, it's more than 40%, lady. Calm down.
I still like I genuinely get like bewildered and shocked when I see people walking out of Subway
thinking
like,
they're eating fresh.
Well, yeah, like I'm like
Jared is the only one that ate fresh. Wah, wah, wah. That's not even my joke. I just love it. Child abuse. All right.
It's just like one of those, like, it's just weird, man. Like, mattress companies being, what is it? Money laundering companies. I think there's a couple restaurants that are like that, too. Yeah.
That's how Wayfair gets away with selling children, man. It's
literally Arby's.
It's all these furniture people together.
It's literally IKEA selling horse meat.
Yeah, why would they make beds out of that? That's the weird part. You could do so much more with horse meat. You don't have to make beds and drapery with it.
Well, they just like that's what their Swedish meatballs were supposedly had, and it was horse meat.
It's not even that crazy.
Nah.
It's still just meat, right?
It's meat.
It's not grandma meat. It's fucking horse meat. Who cares? Just eat that shit.
It's like some guy being like, I can really taste the horse. Shane,
stop.
Come on, man.
Hey, cut that out of the commercial. Hey, cut that out of the commercial. Get all mad about it.
It's like we just came back from the racetrack and we got some really good meat.
We got some real losers in this bag right here.
Losers in this bag.
That one broke a leg.
Well, I say we got some winning meat, but they're all losers.
They're winning. They're rich in flavor.
They're rich in flavor.
In flavor, not in the money they could have won.
Last place, but rich in flavor. But yeah, there's a.
Oh wait, last place but first in taste. There
you go. We got it now.
That's when
last place but
that's when you meet an ugly girl that puts out real quick. Last place but good taste, first in flavor. What did I say?
That'd be like. Last in flavor, first in place.
Fuck, we lost it already.
No, what you said was right at the beginning, but I can't imagine.
Yeah, it was last place, but first in taste. There you go. That's ugly girl.
My goodness. That's a real Bud Light commercial.
It's a real Bud Light.
Last call.
Did you vote for Trump and not grab anyone by the pussy? Bud Light.
Bud Light. Market. That's it. We got a job. We're working for Bud Light now. We're just literally gonna.
Hey, what you got Texas beer. You're gonna have Austin Beer Works and Bud Light.
And Bud Light. But Bud Light's gonna be the only one that gets like, you like drinking stuff that kind of tastes like what beer should have tasted like.
You like tasting an unfinished product. Bud Light.
Bud Light. But yeah, man.
Do you like treating your kid's head like a weeble wobble? Bud Light.
Do you ever get the inkling to feel like Dana White and just going off on Pabst Blue Ribbon? I mean Bud Light.
Pabst Blue Ribbon. I mean what? He got that blue ribbon and wife beaten.
That blue ribbon and wife.
So awful. So The Menu's a good movie. Definitely no wives get beaten in that movie.
No, but
except that one wife. Shit. Shit.
Just like the finger getting cut off when that girl comes up to him. I was like, "What hand would you deal with it with?" And I'm like, "Listen, hey, I'm good.
I'm a switch hitter. You use both hands.
It's like
sometimes you use the thumb. You peel it apart.
Just like. But man, I mean, I don't know. I really enjoyed it. It was great. I love that what was that stupid machine? The taco or whatever.
Oh, the Paco Jet.
The Paco Jet.
I don't even know what the fuck that thing does. I think it's just a sealer.
Yeah.
Like a sous vide machine.
A sous vide machine, yeah. And he just like, she just like beats the shit out of that.
Paco Jet.
He's like, he just beats that woman over the head with the Paco Jet inside his cabin, which is hilarious. So it came back. I don't know, man. That when you see these people cook, I've officially turned into Bill Burr, I guess. I don't know, man. I don't know. What do I know?
Don't know shit.
But there was a really great scene when they're like drinking the tea, and he's like, I was like, I'm just gonna say, he's like,
is this bergamot?
Yeah, it's bergamot, and he just like,
it's like, yes, it's bergamot.
It's so great, man. It's so great. Like they're just, he's just so fed up with everybody and everything.
Love it.
And then
one fucking douche that's like, oh, I want the chef to like me. I'm like, why?
Yeah, he's just
even if you weren't gonna die, you meet this dude once, you want him to love you.
The worst part about it was he's like literally like shaking her, like, what did you get to eat in there? You got some kind of special food we didn't. Like, what did the chef give you? It's like literally just having a conversation about like, you're either gonna die on that side or on this side. Make your decision.
And she's like, I'm gonna die on that side, motherfucker.
It's like, oh, I guess, yeah.
Quit shaking my bacon, Tyler. Sorry. It's a great movie.
It was really good, man. It's definitely one of those.
I thought the big orgy scene at the end was a little weird. I didn't think that belonged.
Yeah, that didn't belong. Just a fire. Is it you talking about fire? Or you talking about orgy?
No, the orgy. The orgy scene where they're all fucking each other. And they look in the mirror and they're like, "This isn't supposed to make it to the final cut," and you're like, "Oh shit."
There was like a really funny thing that they were talking about. You ever seen American Psycho?
No, I'm so behind on movies. I should actually be like
classics. They asked Christian Bale where like he got the character, because like he really wanted to play that.
Yeah.
And he was like who did you like kind of channel to like be I can't remember his name.
Patrick Bateman.
Patrick Bateman, thank you.
Yeah.
And he was like Tom Cruise. He's like, I literally watched a bunch of Tom Cruise interviews.
Oh, that's right.
And he was
that.
like, and I just was like,
that's
okay,
crazy.
I'm gonna be Tom Cruise. And there's this like great scene where Tom Cruise is talking to Tom Hiddle, one of the guys who plays Superman. well, the main guy who plays Superman now.
Oh, Henry Cavill.
Henry Cavill, and there's a scene where he kind of like cocks his guns.
Yeah, he reloads his
arms, right? But he's like, do it, like reload your arms, and like there's like this like real creepy thing where he's trying to seem human, but he's also like forcing this human to do something. Like it's really weird. He's like, because he's trying to seem like genuinely like proud and like a proud father. Like, oh, this scene was so cool, but he's also like kind of like. Yeah, he does this really cool. Do it. Do the line, Bart. Like it's just really weird scene where he's just like, kind of like making him like you can. It's all in good fun, but it almost seems a little bit uncomfortable on top of that.
There's so many weird stories about like actors going too far, like method actors. Like I didn't know too much about the Leonardo DiCaprio thing with the Revenant. Oh, apparently he went like crazy. He went full ham on that bitch. But one of the stories that I like is. For Kramer versus Kramer, Dustin Hoffman was treating the female lead, like on set, was treating her like shit, like just being a dick to her all the time.
So that's a divorce, right? That's when they were going through the divorce and having like doing a fight over the kids, right? Kramer versus Kramer.
Yeah. Well, but like
Dustin Hoffman, yeah.
So Dustin Hoffman's character was going through that.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. So
okay, like, I was like, was he doing that?
No. Like throughout the movie, the whole Kramer versus Kramer is him kind of fighting for custody with the kids.
Yeah. So he was treating the female lead like ass, like just being a complete dick, and then she was like feeling awful about it. She was like crying,
like what did I do to this?
Yeah, like what's going on? And then she went and talked to the crew, and the crew talked to the director, and the director was like, "Hey man, I hear all these stories about you treating her like this," and Dustin Hoffman is like, "Oh well, I'm doing it so that when we're in our scenes, she will have a real hatred at me." She was saying, he was like, this is to help her get a real hatred for me, and then me to give that hatred back, and blah, blah, blah. And the director's like, Dustin, have you tried acting? And it's just...
It's true,
it's such a slap where you're like, dude, maybe just do your job. Maybe don't be a fucking weirdo, psychopath.
Maybe don't send, like, rats and condoms to people because you're being the Joker for 30 days.
Oh, my God.
But it's just like, I don't know, man, because...
I've heard such good things about Jared Leto in the past, but, like, he had one normal movie come out a while back, and it didn't do good, and then everyone hated him as Joker, and then fucking Morbius came out and was fucking hot garbage. And I was just like, it seems like this dude just picks, like, loser scripts. I don't know.
He's like
I don't even know if he's good. I can't tell you. Because
I don't know, man. He was terrible. Fight Club was pretty. He was good in Fight Club. He was good in American Psycho. He's got his scenes. He's got his like.
He's been in classic. That's what I mean. He's been in movies that everyone is like, yo, those movies are the shit.
I mean, even in American Psycho, he wasn't really that important. He literally dies like in like the first 20, 30 minutes of it. Nice. He's like talking shit to him, and he's like gets an axe to the back of the head or something. It's like, I mean, he's a great actor. I mean, even in Fight Club, he was Angel, and he's like his sole purpose was to get like his face rearranged. Nice. And it was like I wanted to destroy something beautiful. That movie and book is like so gay, like super homoerotic,
super gay.
No, it's like really really gay. Like that guy like legitimately.
It's like RuPaul dressed as a man gay.
It's like all these 20-something-year-old guys. It's like whenever you like all these like all our dads were like super into Judas Priest.
Oh,
like Judas Priest, and then like he's literally just a leather daddy.
Yeah,
it's like all your music's gay, and like literally like he's dressed up like a leather daddy. I was like,
just all strapped up.
All right, well, yeah.
He's like, peg me, mommy. And then you're like, all right. Didn't need to hear that on your music, Judas.
It's like Judas Priest playing backwards. It's just him giving a really good like tomato soup recipe. You know?
Oh yeah.
Like this is.
I always like the idea of like selling an album that when you play it forward, it's just gibberish, and you have to play it backwards to hear like the real. But the real message is straight up just like, oh look at me, I figured out how to flip a record over. Like
playing it backwards. I'm big brained.
Big brain. Oh look at me! I think devil talks to me through this.
It's like little Nicky. He's like, oh man, no, the Blizzard always came straight forward with his message, but play Chicago backwards. It's like spill the blood of the innocent. That's so great. Oh man, but when I don't know, man, it's just so funny when you think of the method acting. It's just so silly to me, but it's still you get like great things out of it. Like There Will Be Blood is one of my favorite movies, and he's just that's like one of my favorite movies. Like, it's such a great movie.
Seen it. I feel so bad every time someone.
No, I'm just kidding.
Exactly. No, that's one of those things. Like people always tell me about, like, oh man, this classic movie, this incredible movie is my favorite. Everyone's seen it. It's one of the most popular movies ever. And I'm like,
don't worry, man. Josh, when I talk to Josh over there, Josh doesn't watch anything anyway, so that's pretty normal.
You gotta watch movies, bro. You gotta find things to hate.
Yeah.
And or love.
Like, I don't know. I like
you can only watch so many shows on Netflix.
I tried to watch White Noise on Netflix, and that was such a disaster.
What is that? White Noise? I saw.
It's a book written into a movie where there's like this like event occurs, and it's basically like.
I hope that's the whole plot. An event occurs.
Well, I didn't really like it. It moves into such a strange direction. So it's got a bunch of good ideas, but they're just never like placed very well. So you have this 18-wheeler hits this like train, and it shoots out a cloud of like some sort of toxic mist, and it becomes this huge disaster that like's kind of slowly moving into a small city area. So then they evacuate it, but then everybody's getting evacuated, and it starts to rain, so they're telling them that they need to shelter in place. The guy needs to get gas, so he essentially is in it for like 20 to 30 minutes or maybe even less time than that. And so he goes to the doctor, and he's telling the doctor like, hey, I was in it. And he's like, I think I'm dying. He's like, yeah, well, everybody's dying. He's like, maybe you're just dying a little quicker.
Oh, get over it.
Yeah, he's like, pretty much like I need to know what how you feel if you're sick, because like, yeah, everyone's dying in the grand scheme of things. And then like the wife was taking, like, she had a fear of death, so she was taking like a medicine, like a clinical trial medicine that will essentially like stop you having a fear of death. And then
that's cool.
But it's just like
if they gave her the anti-death pill.
It literally had great ideas but terrible execution. Like
yeah.
You know,
it sounds like a pretty interesting like kind of sci-fi story.
Yeah, it was. I mean, it was like not that I could do any better. I don't have anything on Netflix, so what the hell do I know? But like, it's just like poor execution. Good ideas.
Hey man, to quote our other podcast host, I'm gonna pretend like I'm quoting him, but can you splice in like the entire speech he gave?
Oh yeah, I'm just
like right in between this, like, and that's the quote. I memorized all of it and did a flawless impression. Set your mind to it. You can do it. Get shit on Netflix, bro.
Get that shit on Netflix. No, because then like
make the menu too. Let you Google it. It's just
the menu too, but instead the chef just cooks himself.
Oh, dude, I would love to make like a sort of like movie studio where we're gonna make shitty sequels to movies that everyone's like, wow, that movie's great. It's been 20 years. Oh, they're making a sequel and it's terrible, but we'll just do it in like a few months and we'll just make a really shitty sequel and be like, look, now you never have to look forward to it again. You can just enjoy the first movie.
It's literally like when those
don't get false hope when they make the sequel.
When they have like what was that big move, like there was a big Megs like where they like fighting Pacific Rim.
Oh yeah.
But then they like have like the knockoff Atlantic like
Pacific Rim Fight for Atlantis.
Well, no, it was just like there was like one that was just like Atlantic Rim. And it was just like a knockoff.
Oh, it was a knockoff. You're not talking about the sequel.
No, it's literally it's literally just a knockoff of Pacific Rim. And then like they'll have like
it's like GoBots and Transformers. Yeah. Watch them make a GoBots movie and call it like, Transformers 5 GoBots.
Just like the Kmart bots. You know?
Oh Lord. There's a shit. What was it? Or just not even that. Just like a completely misspelled mishmash. And then just bots, and it's like, oh, that's that brand from a dollar store.
That's yeah.
From a Chinese.
So we got a human head on a robot.
It's Goku's head on Optimus Prime. Like it's got that weird chest that opens up so you can flip the head.
Yeah,
and it turns into Super Saiyan Goku.
Oh, he's literally fighting like Digimon.
He's fighting War Greymon. Like, oh my god, he's just more fucking knockoffs and shit.
Like Digimon was great. I don't care what anybody says. I liked Digimon.
Dude. Shit was tight. I like that Agumon. To me, Agumon sounded like a black voice actor that they were like, be cool, be like kind of hood, be hip, but don't be like black. Like, you know what I mean? Because he sounds like a black guy doing a white person impression, but saying black people shit.
You ever have you seen the Elvis movie yet?
Get out of here, Ty. Like,
have you seen the Elvis movie yet?
No,
I've seen bits and pieces of it.
Okay.
And so that from Big and all that. What's that cat's name from Big and Stranded or whatever.
God damn, T.J. Miller?
No. The
from Big Hero 6?
No. From the movie where he's like a kid in a grown man's body.
Tom Hanks.
Yeah, Tom Hanks is playing the colonel, and you hear Elvis singing on the radio.
Oh.
And so the kids listening to it, and they're like, hey, you can't be playing that in here because that music is not white. And he's like, no, this guy is white. And so he like gets out of his chair, and he's like, this like big burly guy, and he's like, he's white. He's white, and he just keeps saying it. And so all you hear is
white. He's white.
And so you just hear like that there's like a real soulful song. It's like I can't remember how it goes, but it's literally like this real like soulful song where everybody thought it was a black guy singing over that entire scene. It's hilarious. It's just such a great little like homage to this like early 80s or like mid 80s singer who like sings this like really soulful song.
Yeah, and they're like, oh, only black people can do that.
Yeah. And so he's literally like,
at least they can't play football and basketball. Oh my god.
There's this great scene where there's this like great little clip. I don't know if it's like college humor, but it's the guy from who was in the first Iron Man, who was like he got taken over by Don Cheadle.
Oh yeah.
The
light skinned dude.
Yeah, and he's like, that's this basketball players, and it's just an all black basketball team, and they're going up against a white team, and so it's like the second half, and they're actually down, and so he's like, I think y'all guys are forgetting the biggest point. He's like, they're all white, and he's like, and the kid like makes an inspirational speech, and he's like, Coach is right. He's like, if we really play hard, and he's like, no, you're not getting it. They're all white.
You're like, black. You're better.
Better. It was just hilarious. It's just like you don't even really have to try. Like you just go out there and play the game.
Have you? What was it? I think Bill Burr had a great bit about that, where he's like the way that the language they use to talk about different ethnicities of athletes, like a white athlete will do something, and they're like, "Wow, what an intelligent move!"
It was so strategic.
Yeah, strategic. And then the black guy just jumps over 6 people and dunks, and they're like, "What a powerful move!" And he's like, "But it makes sense. You can't. It's not an intelligent move. A white guy's not gonna see that and be like." I should have thought of that. Should have thought of just jumping straight over everybody. Goddamn.
Why didn't I think of that?
So foolish of me.
His rant on the WNBA and his and how they're basically subsidized by the NBA is probably one of the funniest spot on.
They couldn't even get their own shit going. They're just like, we're gonna do our own thing. Please give us money.
Well, someone had tallied it up because they were like, well, we should get paid the way the NBA gets played, and so someone literally did the math, and they were like, you owe the NBA $32,000 a piece, and they're like,
what?
You owe them $32,000 a year. I'm like, what? No, okay.
It's like, yeah, you're losing so much money for us, dude. That's funny. At my university, the guys team, people always went to go watch the guys basketball team at UTEP, this is the University of Texas in El Paso. They always went to watch the guys play, and the guys lost most of the time. Yeah. The female team was beating ass. They were winning nonstop. Their tickets were free, one. Second of all, I think they lost one game in the entire time I was there. And then 3, why aren't you watching them? They're the ones winning. The only problem is that they don't sell tickets.
The funny thing, there's a great y'all guys were talking about something on the ones who woke up, and it made me. Everything always circles back to South Park or The Simpsons for me because I have no thoughts of my own.
Hell yeah, bro.
So there's they're doing a Magic the Gathering kind of card game,
and
they're all into it, but then come to find out the girls are really doing good on volleyball, and so everybody's talking about the girls volleyball team in the school, and they're talking about Magic the Gathering.
Yeah.
And so I think it's because Butters is always the one with the sweet one who and he's
hey guys, maybe we should
and he's like hey did you hear about the badass game that we just did? And he's like, oh, do you mean about the girls going to the conference? And he's like, no man, we're talking about man shit, we're talking about Magic the Gathering or some kind of stupid shit like that. That's really great. Yeah.
We watched
We
watched the episode the other day of that they thought gluten is poison.
Oh, that was such a great one. Yeah. He's like, see that? His dick done flew off.
And Vicky, my wife was fucking dying at that. She's just like, dude, the idea of dicks just shooting off his hand is hilarious. And I was just like, all right, Lorena Bobbitt, calm down, relax.
The Joker had a baby, fall out of his penis. Did you see that one?
I'm hoping you're talking about the DC Joker.
Yeah, the Joker.
Okay, I was like, which UFC fighter are we about to talk about that just went through some nightmare shit? Okay, why did the Joker have That baby fall out of his dick hole.
So like apparently he was supposed to learn a lesson because
what the fuck?
Some sort of like dark witch in the DC universe like made him get pregnant, and then he just
feminist.
And then it just like comes out like a mud, and then it becomes like a baby Joker. It was pretty creepy, man.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I wish fuck. Maybe if it came out as mud, maybe women would be a little more okay with that. If it just comes out like goo and then just forms into your baby. And if they could find a way to hold it in goo state for long enough to undo the Down syndrome and take out the autism gene or whatever.
Okay, there you go. You're literally just talking about what the Chinese do.
Oh, they invented autism to sell more awareness blankets?
No. They just literally took the gene out that stops autism.
What?
You've never seen that? Like they literally not that, but they'll be like, oh, I want my baby to be smarter, and they'll be like, okay, we're just gonna put this.
They want smart babies. So
they want like smart,
autismos with no social skills.
Yeah.
Fuck, that's funny. That's my favorite new conspiracy theory, man. Holy
no, it's
shit.
not a conspiracy theory. There's a Chinese geneticist that's in prison right now for making genetically altered babies who are.
Wait, did it work?
Yeah, it worked. Like they was doing it for a long time.
Jail? Get him out! You guys need help. You got like $8 bajillion trillion to get back from us.
Yeah.
How are you gonna do it if you're locking up your anti-autismo doctors?
You're just like what is it? Mustard artisanal babies.
Artisanal babies.
Yeah.
Artisanal autismos.
It's like, oh, listen, I want him to be like a little bit autistic, but I don't want him to like trains. Well, do you want him to be autistic or not?
It's like, well, we take out half the gene. That's the thing. Well, how do you decide what flavor of autism you get? Like, I want this one to be good at cello. I want this one to be good at math. I want this one to be able to draw, but only with his toes and shit. Like,
this one's gonna be a master chef, but he's gonna kill everybody at the end of every meal. Well, I mean, he's gonna make really good food. So can we like
really good food?
It's really good.
Be worth it.
It's really good food. It's like
also terrifying stare. It will terrify anyone who looks at.
It's like, but have you tried his broken emulsification? It's delicious. Have you tried his breadless hors d'oeuvres?
His breadless hors d'oeuvres.
Like you get no bread. I love that, man. That was so funny.
Honestly, that wasn't even like out of the realm of possibility of
it really wasn't like
high level dining experience. I'd be like, all right, cool.
Yeah, really it isn't. It's just
tortillas with the tax returns and shit.
That's no. Yeah, they'll send you your tax returns at a restaurant.
I mean, I'm Mexican. I get everything in a taco.
Hell yeah, dude.
Tortilla.
I think it's funny. I used to make. So my thing that at my house, like my quick lunch would always just be like a sandwich, 2 slices of bread, lettuce, a little bit of cheese, whatever spread, and quick meat. And that was my I gotta go lunch. My wife's I gotta go lunch is tacos, which is funny. She's like, it's faster, and I'm like, you have to heat everything up.
Is she Hispanic?
Yes, she's from Mexico. Well, no, that's not true. She's from El Paso. Ice. No, I was kidding. No, she's from here.
Listen, guys. Texas. So this is the address.
The address that she lives in. It's my address, bitch. Got her locked up.
You were gonna drop her off at what is it, Catalina or whatever they were dropping off the Mexicans.
Oh yeah, I was getting here. You hang out on the border for a little bit.
No, dude, like where they were dropping them off in that really nice place in upstate California. They were dropping Hispanics off there.
Oh, they were like telling them like, oh yeah, we got jobs for you.
yeah.
And then they take them up there and they're like, bye. And
you just be like, hey, can you just hang out there so we can go on vacation? just like,
oh my God.
Can you have ICE just like take you to Vermont so that we can go on vacation?
Good fucking Lord. There's shit, I don't know.
So she was like heating everything up, and you're trying to make a cold sandwich.
It was just funny when we moved in together because I was always like, "We need to get bread," and she's like, "Oh, okay." And then, but I wrote down the grocery list, and then when I went to work, and then later that night, I was looking around. And I was like, I wanted to make a sandwich, or I wanted to make toast the next morning, or something like that. And I'm looking for it. I'm like, "Where's the bread?" And she's like, "Oh, the tortillas are in the thing." And I'm like, "No, the bread." And then she's like, "Yeah, the tortillas."
Yeah.
And I'm like, bitch, I'm trying to make toast right now.
Not the flatbread.
Yeah,
you know what she told you to
do?
In half. You know what she told you to do? Just put some butter on it.
Just put some butter. Hey, tortillas and butter are good, man.
That's a Mexican treat right there.
My
butter and tortillas.
My boss is Guatemalan, and she told me one of the whitest things she ever saw was one of the cooks she used to work with would put shredded cheese in a little tortilla, shredded cheese, and then just like the yellow cheese, the Fiesta blend, whatever the fuck that is, and then like pickled jalapenos, and then he'd roll it up and he'd dip it in nacho cheese and eat it. And then she's like, "That's the whitest thing I've ever seen."
I guess I really
and
am
I was
white.
like, "Why?" And then she's just like, "Cause he didn't fry the tortilla like a chip first." So like everything involved in that was fine. I don't know why I gave her an accent, by the way. She does not have an accent. She sounds very.
She was like, "Orale, Holmes, you didn't pinche way, you didn't fry the." And I was like, "Aren't you Guatemalan? Why are you like?"
I talk shit. I'm in Texas. I talk shit in Spanish.
It's like, I love how every stereotypical Mexican is just a California Mexican. It's not even a Texas Mexican.
Oh, dude,
because I don't even know really.
Nicer boots.
They're just I don't really like. I know a lot of uncles that don't speak like that, but you think of like an uncle that's like Orale Holmes.
Well, the Cholo thing, it's in.
That's California.
It's in California, but in El Paso.
There's some in. Yeah, I guess
because El Paso's like almost New Mexico.
Yeah.
It's like El Paso trying to escape Texas. Doesn't even have a Texas name. It's the only one called El Paso. There's not like El Lubbock and shit.
El Lubbock.
El Lubbock.
Yeah.
Or Lampasas.
Oh, man. What is it?
Pflugerville. San Antonio. That's French, dude. Come on. That's French for a whale's vagina.
Okay, so I didn't know that, like, you heard about those 3 kids who got, like, murderized by that weird guy.
Oh, yeah, dude. It got me so
I didn't
hard.
know, like, I'm trying to make it, like, a little bit more, like, I'm trying to be less depressing. But I didn't, so I'm hearing, like, Moscow, wherever he's from, like, Moscow. So I'm like, oh, so they can't extradite this guy.
Oh, some Russian dude.
No. There's a Moscow. The city is called Moscow. So I'm like, oh well, they can't extradite this dude because he fled to Moscow. And so like I'm listening to the thing, and I'm not saying this out loud, which I'm glad I wasn't, because it just turned out I'm stupid. Yeah. And it's literally the name of the city was Moscow in the United States, and I was like, well, okay.
Oh, so you thought he ran to
So I'm like, okay, well they can't extradite him now, and they're like, oh, they picked him up in Moscow. I'm like, well, how did they do? It's not like,
so what did they get a Solid Snake to parachute in there and pick him up?
Yeah, so I was just like, okay, this is
hell yeah, baby. Metal Gear Solid references being recognized.
All I ever think of as the Metal Gear Solid is just the two screens, and like was that like the NES version?
There's a couple times where they did that. They did that in MGR4 or MGS4. They did it in 1.
Yeah.
In 2, they did a little part with it. Not in 3 though.
My game was always Siphon Filter and Metal Gear Solid 1 on. I always hated the any like Tom Clancy's Rainbow Sixes.
I never played any of them. I actually
so hard, man.
I didn't play any Metal Gears.
Tom Clancy games.
I didn't play any Metal Gears until 5 was coming out, and then I was like, well, this huge game's coming out. It's gonna be about a year. Now's the time to like find a collection, because I knew like GameStop had like the collections from 1 to 4 for like $30. So I went and bought it. And yeah, shout outs to GameStop. You guys are going under, and you totally fucking deserve it. But you saved my ass back in the day sometimes. Yeah, so I went and bought that, and I marathoned all the games within like a few months, just so that when 5 came out, I'd be like, okay, I know what's going on. And then 5 started, and I was like, I have no fucking clue what's going on. This game is bananas.
I got into.
Bro, shit got crazy whenever Kojima got complete control of the project.
That absolute madman. I love him. I started Death Stranding. I will not finish Death Stranding.
I got into Dante's Inferno so bad that I was literally like, I heard
that game got a lot of shit, but then other people were like, that game's really good.
I love Dante's Inferno. It's just a button smasher. It's just God of War, but with a different skin over it. That's all it is.
There you go.
So it's literally God of War, but with like Catholicism.
The Divine Comedy.
Yeah, Divine Comedy and Catholicism like wrapped up in there. So like it's right up my alley because I was scared of the devil my entire life because I grew up Catholic.
I'm gonna beat the devil in this game.
So it's just like So
save my parents.
And so I'm literally like the stair like from South Park like this like haven't seen sunlight in like a week, and like I'm playing the game and they're like, hey, do you want to come to my cousin's birthday party? You want to go to your cousin's birthday party? Like there's gonna be people there, and I was like, nah, I'm good. And then I'm like, okay, yeah, it's time for me to get away from this game because I was just gonna like never see light again, and I had to literally put it down. But I like wanted to beat every level. Yeah. And now I went back to it as like an adult, and I can't even get past like the 3rd level.
Oh really?
I don't have the
mashing
or the mashing capabilities or want or need to do that.
There are a lot of games that like, you ever have this happen to you with a game where you like, you're replaying an old favorite and you get to a part where you're like, fuck, I always have trouble with this part. Like this boss kicks my ass every time. But now as an older person playing the game again, you will crush the boss no problem, but it's still that fear of like, this guy used to slap me around, man. This guy was tough.
I used to like going back to old video games and just kind of like really just try and play them.
Yeah.
Try and play them.
Like old, like played or older.
Yeah, older. Like did you ever try to go back and play like Super Mario?
Yeah, I've never been not that one particularly because I'm not a huge Mario fan.
Just Sonic the Hedgehog.
Like, Sonic the Hedgehog and
it's like as a child those games are
Ocarina of Time
are easy.
Yeah.
But as an adult, I'm like, Like, fuck this game. I don't know why. I think it's just like, I don't know what it is as being younger. You almost feel like I had more of a want to beat it. Like now I'm an adult. I don't really care either way.
Yeah. I think
100% games to this day.
Yeah. Well, no. I game, but the want to beat it isn't there. Like I would be like, okay.
It's like if I'm gonna beat this game, I'm gonna do everything in it. But
yeah, because I'd rather be playing Stranded Deep and just be like catching fish and like building huts, and instead of like getting really pissed off that I can't beat Eggman or Dr. Robotnik.
There's a
like my heart is dying because I can't beat Dr. Robotnik, but at the same time, I could just be stranded on an island like cooking fish. I'm such a pussy when it comes to games. That's hilarious. That's so stupid.
Nah, dude. It's funny. It depends on the game that like what I want to get out of it.
Yeah.
Like same thing. Like and again with Death Stranding, I was a little more into like I'm not gonna finish this game. This game is like.
Yeah.
I don't like the gameplay loop, but what I'm probably going to do is just go watch all the cutscenes from that game. But or if you want to watch all the cutscenes for Last of Us, just watch the show.
There was this really gnarly 8-bit video game where he like
out of pocket. I shouldn't have yelled. Fuck Last of Us.
There's like this really gnarly 8-bit video game where he's like I don't know what you would call him. He basically works for the church, and he's just like murking people and like demons. And like the first opening scene is him like killing like this huge creature, pouring the blood into his helmet and like putting it on his head.
Oh, Blasphemous.
Yeah, and that was a great.
I was gonna say Doom, but I was like,
that was a great video game.
Yeah, Blasphemous is fucking psycho.
Blasphemous. It was a Blasphemous.
It's a 2D platformer, like Souls-like clone kind of thing. I hesitate to say Souls-like, but it's definitely got that ambient.
It's definitely an interesting video game. So we're kind of getting closer to cutoff time. If you want to go on for a little longer, it's up to you.
I'm good. If we got to bounce, we're good to bounce.
Yeah. So
I could nerd out about video games for hours, so this could be nonstop.
Yeah, we're just being considerate of your time.
I'm good. Yeah, let's cut it.
Okay, so that sounds good.
This was fun,
I guess we can cut it, man. Let's get going. I definitely want you back so we can talk more about video games.
Hell yeah, baby.
and definitely have. If you're really down to do some stuff, man, definitely need to get you and all three of us on a We Watched so that we can watch like a really shitty great movie and talk about it.
That'd be funny.
All right, man. We'll definitely give them your info and where they can find you again and where they can get your delicious food too.
All right, so Austin Beer Works is where I work. I work in the kitchen there at the cantina. A lot of different Tex-Mex foods that we got. A lot of it's pretty basic, but a lot of it is made from almost scratch. We got like a few things delivered from local places or, things that you just can't do yourself that easily. Mostly from scratch. I will say that. Mostly from scratch.
If I went up there and asked for a butter tortilla, would you give it?
Yeah, I'd give you a butter tortilla. I'd be like, if that's all you want, bro, it's $1. But, so check us out there. Once a month, last Thursday of every month, we're doing an open mic there. It's limited only because we don't have the room for that very long, but I'm trying to make it grow, trying to get it started earlier so we have a longer show time, and I want it to be every week. We also want to do open mics for comics, open mics for musicians, open mics for whoever, and then a feature at the end of the week. That's our goal with that. So coming by and supporting and help us out with that will really help me push that and make that happen. Also, Austin Beer Works makes amazing beer. I brought a bunch of right now. Those are you guys. You guys keep those, dude. Enjoy.
We appreciate it. We appreciate it.
I can always get you guys some more if you want to drive by or if you want to do another show. I can always bring some in.
Before you head out,
great place.
One thing I like to ask people is what they think of the studio because we really do like try and make it feel like a home away from home.
I like the studio. This is like it's like somebody built a masturbation chamber but doesn't masturbate in it. It's like. It's like comfy but clean.
Comfy
like
but
it. I dig it.
Don't bring the black light, bro.
Don't bring the black light. Well, it doesn't stink.
I got a 2-year-old, but there means shit everywhere.
All right, man. Well, thank you so much for coming out. We're really happy you enjoyed it, man. Thank y'all guys for catching SUYL and Monkey Mouth. We'll see y'all guys next time.
Shut up, you listen to my monkey mouth. There's a companion when you got pun on the canoa route. Hopped in a portal and got in a fight. Elias knocked him out. Bow, Naruto fighting style. Bow, UFC he tapped out. Bow, we win, we get crowned. Monkey mouth, monkey mouth, monkey mouth, monkey mouth, monkey mouth, monkey mouth.